Hello and welcome back. I just filmed a 20-minute video and all of a sudden I got a message saying that no more space. So the whole video is gone. It's a good thing I felt like filming. So this is probably going to be a bit shorter than 20 minutes. Thank you for joining me. Let me just get into the content here. So this video, what I was talking about before it cut off on me, was setting goals and then reaching them. I do a lot of videos more in the spiritual nature, talking about things that sometimes are a little bit difficult to grasp. And this video is a little more earthly. Let me give you a little background. First off, a little bit of credibility here so you can see where I'm coming from. I worked as a health fitness professional, was trained as a trained in health, wellness, and recreation in fitness and lifestyle management. And I spent probably about 6 years at a specific facility, worked in the industry for about 12 years in total, worked for myself for a while, and I've trained over 4,000 clients in total. At one point, for 4 years, I was teaching other people how to become trainers and fitness instructors and teaching these sort of things, lifestyle change, right? So this video is really about how to reach a goal in the physical sense. So where most people go wrong when they set a goal is they go into it too intensely at the beginning, expecting to be able to maintain that intensity and that initial goal intensity that they set throughout the whole path, throughout the whole, journey of reaching your goal. So I'm going to use exercise as an example, and I've seen this so many times. It is the most common reason why people fail. They'll set a goal, they'll go from a certain lifestyle and then completely change their lifestyle and jump in full force. So for example, they'll do from no exercise ever or very little to all of a sudden 5 days a week, an hour and a half, each one of those sessions. They'll also change their diet. They'll go on a diet, eat so many times a week, every 2 hours or whatever, as an example. And the point is, they'll set up all these certain criteria that they have to fit in order to reach their goal. And that in itself is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with, making a plan. Not in this 3D world. It's one of the powers, most amazing gifts we have, is the power to look ahead and reach towards that and make a plan, right? That's what sets us apart from the animals, one of the things. But where we go wrong in this process is whenever you get down on yourself, when you notice you're not able to keep up with the initial pace you set. So just as a biker goes and begins his session at the very beginning, if a biker was to start pedaling and set a speed to his maximum, do you think that rider would be able to continue to pedal at his maximum speed forever? Obviously, he's going to get stronger as he goes, but realistically, do you think that biker is going to be able to to maintain that top speed? Of course not. So the analogy of a biker when it comes to setting goals and reaching them is extremely relative. So when a person gets on a bike, they're going to hit a top speed, and then at some point he's going to need to slow down in order to let the legs rest. And within that one biking session, obviously he's going to eventually need to get off the bike and let the body completely rest in order to let the muscles become stronger, from that session. So when you're going through a process of changing a habit or adopting a new habit, going to reach a goal in your life, you also want to be realistic and plan for these days of low energy, these times when your momentum doesn't seem to be going as much as it did at the beginning. Bringing in a bit of a spiritual aspect where you're not hard on yourself, but also pushing the ball even though you don't feel like it sometimes. As an example, if a rider on a pedal bike was going up a hill and he stopped pedaling, the bike will stop completely. And in that same way, when you get up some days, you're really not going to want to continue what it is that you started. But if the biker gives a little push, he might have enough momentum to get to the top, depending on how big the hill is. He may have to get off and walk and push his bike. Okay? When I woke up this morning, I wanted to make a video, and I knew that. There's a fly trying to land on me. And I had no idea what I was going to talk about. And that's really where the idea of this video came from. I'm feeling kind of a lower vibe as far as my energy. Not as far as my frequency, my energy, in the physical sense. And I know that I want to reach a goal of making one video a day at least. So here I am. I didn't have the energy to do a type of intuitive flow video. I just knew I wanted to make a video, and I understood that it's important to push the wheel and keep the momentum going, even if you have to walk the bike up the hill. And one of the most important aspects that people leave out of reaching a goal is being easy on yourself and not expecting a result. I would say this is the most important thing you can embody, come to realize, that will keep you going when it comes to maintaining a new habit to reach a goal. Learning to not expect any results. Because when you are expecting a result and you don't reach your expectation, it's very difficult to stay positive and motivated. And that's the real issue that I see for people when they are not able to continue their goals. They let their mind talk themselves out of it. Because what we don't realize is that the mind has this momentum already going in the direction of the lifestyle that you were living before you decided to do this new habit, this new lifestyle change, to go to this new goal. And in order to, change the direction of that, sometimes it's the exact opposite. You have to understand that there's a momentum there. sometimes, and most of the time, you're not going to be able to stop that wheel from turning, that momentum from going in that direction in an instant. Most of the time, when you try to stop that momentum, just as if you were to spin a bicycle pedal and then put your hand to stop it suddenly, it might hurt your hand. Okay, well, you might hurt your ego, you might hurt your expectations when you realize the momentum of your old lifestyle is a little bit too powerful for you to just suddenly change everything. So the best advice I can give to anyone when they're looking to reach a goal, set a new goal and reach it, is drop expectation. Don't expect anything from yourself. Learn to give yourself a hug, okay, when you're feeling down, because sometimes you're going to feel, I'm not going to be able to make it. I made a video on confidence not too long ago, and confidence, how to, what true confidence is the ability to confide in yourself. When you can confide in yourself, it gives you a certain strength, and this certain strength will go a long way when it comes to reaching a goal. When you start to feel down on yourself and you can confide in yourself, you'll have the confidence to keep going anyways. For example, today, as I'm filming this video, I don't care, and not in a negative sense of I don't care, not in that sense. I truly don't care if the viewers like this content. If there's going to be more than one view or 0 views. You see, I'm not doing it because of a certain expectation that I'm trying to reach. My goal is to help those who will be drawn to this content naturally. And I know some will and some won't. So my expectation is realistic, and that's really a key. And for myself, there actually is no expectation. I don't expect any outcome, but expecting a realistic outcome, if you're not at the point where you can drop all expectations yet, can help you. Okay. So, not expecting any results, learning to give yourself a hug, and understanding that you need to give effort on your low days and not expect it to be the same effort you give on your best days. Learn to go with the flow, okay? Some days you're going to have energy to do all this stuff, some days you're not. Let's say you're trying to lose weight. I want to give you a good example here. This is what I've worked with the most. So let's say you're trying to lose weight, and for 5 weeks you're doing really well, and then you notice after a certain point, after that time, you are having more difficulty, your cravings are coming back, and you don't want to work out at all, and that seems to be kind of slipping from you. Even if you stand up and sit down 10 times, that's a push on the ball. That's an extra pedal on the bicycle. There needs to be, even if it seems insignificant, the smallest amount of effort. Because when it comes to creating a new habit, it's not about stopping the wheel from going one way suddenly. It's about just kind of grabbing it a little bit here and there and slowing it down. And if you want to create a momentum this way against something that's turning this way, you need to first stop and slow down this momentum so that you don't get hurt, right? So be easy on yourself. Don't expect anything, okay? Learn to have fun. Just enjoy yourself. And yeah. I'm going to keep talking, but you can stop the video there if you want. It might get a little bit less interesting. I just wanted to give you show you my little backyard here and tell you a little story. So this is my yard, and You can see there's houses in the back there, beautiful trees. Somebody broke into the garage there. Yep. Yeah. So this story relates really well to goal setting and how to stick to a goal. The backyard I showed you, every spring it floods with water about this deep, and this is usually every summer it rains quite a bit more, and it floods throughout the summer as well. So I had a goal of making this whole backyard a garden, and I really wanted to do that. That was a big goal of mine, and I came up against the reality that I couldn't back here because of that simple flooding. So sometimes when you're setting a goal, you need to be a little creative, and you need to be able to go with the flow and expect that not everything is going to go the way you planned it. Okay? So what I did instead, I started growing plants in buckets indoors. I got myself some indoor grow lights, and I actually started planting in the front yard, outside in the front. So obviously the garden is not as big, right? But that's how it goes, and I still did it. I continued. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see all kinds of photos on my garden, and when so that's the whole point. When it comes to creating a goal and reaching it, you have to go with the flow. Don't expect that it's going to go the way you expect it to. Learn to be easy on yourself. Learn to hug yourself on your low times, and also always remember to give yourself a little bit of a push even on your low days. Okay, it takes always a little bit of momentum. Okay, could be drinking good water. So what a beautiful day. Whatever time it is that you're watching this, wherever you are around the world, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Peace.